Hey there folks, and welcome to the next 600 SP Tryouts of Gr4. In this Tryouts I am doing the Mustang Gr4. Which here's the parts you can do to the Mustang Gr4, which is not a whole lot. I think at best maybe you can add a better supercharger, but that's really about it otherwise. So a very basic Gr4 car at the end of the day, not really that crazy for the most part. Oh yeah, you notice like there's some things that are purchased, like the customized LSD, for example. That is already added to the car, I will say, because for some reason on some race cars they just auto purchase the parts, so I just never understand that. It's very weird. Yeah, I bet you could buy a hydraulic handbrake and everything else, because it kind of makes sense considering this was used for a drift event that I did not like to discuss about because that drift event sucked. Deal with for a license test, if I recall. But otherwise, not so bad on parts. It's pretty simple for the most part. Just re-showing just in case, but yeah, it doesn't even show what kind of engine type it is, but I'm pretty sure it's just a V8. It's a regular V8. Mustang GT mode. Maybe a little bit amped up. Then, you know, better gas tank too. So for customization, it is not much. You just get to customize the rims, and that's really about it what you get to do. So in case you do not like the rims you got on the regular one, you can always just change those out. You can also change the light covers too for this one, which I'm starting to realize a lot of Gr4 cars can do that. It's very weird. But yep, here's also the vinyl in case you like the vinyl. So in case you want to use this vinyl, you can. As the saying goes, you're welcome for those that want it. But anyways, off to the racetrack, starting with the Grand Valley South Reverse. Grand Valley Highway South Reverse. So the Mustang Gr4 is, I want to say, kind of like the Mustang GT in a way, except it's like less speedy and more fuel conservative at the end of the day. Because it is a Gr4 after all, it has a fulfilled Gr4 specs. It's like good gas tank, good horsepower, everything else as such. So the Mustang Gr4 is like a somewhat lower down take of the Mustang GT a little bit, but ups on, you know, endurance factors and stuff. Yeah, it's probably a good thing I'm testing this because I could see a comparison between the Mustang GT to the Mustang Gr4 at the end of the day, which, yeah, there is a lot of differences, I'll say that. Besides being the same cockiness of a Mustang GT as being narrow driving and stuff, so it can be pretty loose if you steer so much. So as long as you just pitch it, you're fine. Just don't over pitch it. Otherwise you get that case. But yeah, so it's just very interesting to try the Mustang GT, and it turns out the Mustang GT is very similar to the Gr4 at the end of the day. But then again, the more I look at Mustang GT, I think I just realized the GT stands for Grand Touring. So in case you ever wonder about what the GT stands for, it means that, which Grand Touring, which this is a GT4, so, you know. So Grand Touring 4th class, because 4th class is one of the lowest GT classes of offerings inside. Because Mustang is mostly, in terms of its races, it does mostly like American GT competition and European GT competition too. And such. I will note this is probably a fake version of the Mustang Gr4 though, because I don't know if there's an actual production version of this. I know there's a Gr3, I just don't know much about Gr4. That's the only bad part. But it just shares a huge semblance with the 2015 Mustang GT at the end of the day. It's just the biggest difference is it's a race car and it has race built styling to it. at the end of that. But yeah, I decided to, in terms of the vinyl, as you see there, it's like a combination of the regular Gr4, just more Valvoline remix, so Valvoline stripes on down from the icon, and then I added a little bit of the Gr3 horse to it on top of it, which make it look really good at the end of the day, I guess. It's a very, very interesting twist at the end of it. That's what I did for the vinyl work. Yeah, overall, just not a bad car, just not also the greatest either. It like hits a middle ground of American muscle. Which I say muscle loosely, technically Mustangs are more pony cars than a muscle car at the end of the day. They just hit the in-between margins, and considering its rival is the BMW M Series, there on top of it. And it has been. So as long as it's beating that, as long as it's feeling satisfied at the end of the day, even though I would recommend trying to beat the Corvette at this point. But you know, it is what it is. And at 115.924 on that one, so I was a dummy lap, so to say. However, I did got better in 115.146. However, what is the best lap though? Is it better than the production car? Because yeah, I will say I am also comparing this to the production car, just to see if there's a difference in between them at the end of the day. So I do wonder where it stands on this matter at the end of the day. Is it much better compared to Mustang GT, or is it just slightly better in some cases? This is what we will have to find out here. We can go around like 3 or 4 corners here. So, yeah, because I do like Grand Valley South of First. It's a very simple, fun track at the end of the day. Having the hill climbs, just test the car's beefness at the end of the day, even though, you know, for beefness is loosely, because if it's a low down car, you're gonna feel it, basically. Now onto the incline here, onto the straightaway, and about to cross the line here at 114.459. I guess this also tells you how much better I've gotten to when it comes to driving too, considering I did a 114.797 with the Mustang GT 2015, so better on that part, slightly better on that part. However, in terms of the 600 pp race cars, that sits in between the Supra and the Viper Gr4. If there's a rival to say for the Gr4 though, it has to beat the Supra. And I'm just gonna say I'll be surprised it beats the Supra, because that Supra is really freaking good for the most part. But it is a rival to the Mustang at the end of the day, and the Mustang kind of technically should. So, sadly, I'm just gonna say probably not in that case. But then again, the Toyota Supra is like 2019, 2021. This is like 2015, so it does have sort of an excuse to this at the end of the day. Because a reminder that some of these Gr4s are from Gr4 Sport, and this is one of them. The Gr4 Mustang and the Gr3 Mustang were from Sport, so yeah, there's a bunch of old Gr4s in the mix with this on top of it. Considering that Supra is one of the new ones. So, yeah, now onto Dragon Trail, which is the balanced segment of the tracks. As the saying goes, I have a corner track, I have a balance track, and I have a speed track. The Dragon Trail, well, I guess what I mean to say is the Mustang Gr4, in terms of stats, I would say by speed, I think it hits 190 straight. By turning, it's not bad, but it's not the greatest. If you go for pitch, it breaks itself. So stability is not the greatest. I would say 2 stars for that matter. While the speed is like 3 stars, and then acceleration is kind of there. I would say 3. It's kind of balanced. It's a bit sluggish, but sometimes I will get right to it when I can. So just overall, kind of just a balanced car. It's like a real balanced car to me. If anything, I'd say maneuverability is kind of lowish too. I'd say 2 stars for that matter out of 5. Yeah, just not overall the greatest, but it's, I mean, reminder, it's like a 40-60 grand car at the end of the day. But then again, so is the Supra. So if the Supra is beating the tar out of the Mustang GT, it has no excuse. It needs to be better than that car, as this thing goes. And it really should, because it's a reminder that the Supra is a BMW Z4 in disguise. Just tuned by Toyota at the end of the day. And that's why I also call it the Supra. It is not a Supra. As the thing goes. Yeah, if there's a big rival the Mustang Gr4 needs to beat at this point, it's the Supra, which I'd be surprised at the end of it. Because that Supra was very impressive. What it did. As it stands right now, it's trying to get there. That's it's going around the chicane, which yeah, that chicane's really weird because you think I'm taking that legally. No, you can take it any faster you want to. You cut that as much as you want. The penalty thing does not go off because I have the penalty thing on. It does not take that chicane into account for cutting for some reason. You know, I'll admit I do kind of consider it cutting, but if I can stroll through that fine, I'm counting it at this point. But 151.814 though right now, which that does beat the Mustang GT 2015 at this point. Or the 850. Okay, yeah, I'd still say it beats it at this point because I'm just gonna say it's gonna be better than that. But for the Dragon Trail Seaside, in order to beat the Supra, these you'd be at past 150 or not 150, 150.9, which I'm just gonna say I'd be surprised it even hits that. To say, I don't know. I guess I have to say the other rival is the Viper, and I could also see that too. Because then again, I got a reminder: this tech can do 3 laps on the lawns. I think it can. So I'll just say on that too, enough of it. But where the Viper stands is 151.79, so it barely beats that, or barely is getting beaten by that, I should say. So let's see how much better I can really do it once I hit it just right. Yeah, this was a stubborn track. It did not want to listen. Hey, you need to do a better time. Okay, I'll hit this wall here. I'll hit that wall. God dang it. So that's what it felt like when it came to driving this, because it was kind of stubborn in some regards. Yeah, I'm about to get the last corner, but the Dragon Trail Seaside, see what the best is. Go around the roundabout. I do love Dragon Trail Seaside because it's a very momentous kind of track. It doesn't really stop your momentum at all, which is a good sign of a good track and then a bad track. Because a bad track is a sign when it just suddenly stops your momentum right then and there. A 151.353, which that beats the Viper, but it does not beat the Supra. Which I'm not surprised. Like again, I'm just gonna say it doesn't do that good enough. Now onto the Tokyo Expressway, east clockwise. You know, I might take that back about saying 190. I hope I'm... Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm wrong about that. I think it was like 180 tech length. It's like 180 straight, but you'd think that'd be low, but it's actually okay where it sits. Because 180 is like that good margin you want to hit when it comes to beating the 600 pp endurance of Tokyo Expressway east clockwise. Just that. But yeah, in terms of to beat the Supra here, it needs to do a 210.2, while the Viper's case a 210.7, which is, not gonna lie, pretty dang close. Can it see if we can do even better than that? Shall see. Yeah, if there's anything else to say about the Mustang Gr4, I mean, I guess this is technically what led to the Mustang GTD at the end of the day. So, because I guess automobiles are trying to make race homologations now at the end of the day, and Ford was one of the first cases, and the director wanted to make it at the end of the day, so. Good for that. The biggest problem about the homologation model is that it's $325,000 for that GTD. So, yeah, I'll pass on that because that's the problem about the homologation. Which I get it. But, oh wait, no, I actually don't get it because the thing is, like grade 3s, I didn't think they hit 800 horsepower, but apparently to the GTD it does. And right now, Ford's trying to prove that the GTD is faster than the Corvette 01 by making it faster than it on the Nürburgring, which I'm just gonna say, good luck on that, because reminder that Corvette decided to go MR because FR just wasn't gonna cut anymore at that point of pace because it was just not fast anymore. But can the GTD prove us wrong? I'd be surprised on that matter. So it has 800 horsepower, reminder, when it comes to that one. And then a body built similar to the grade 3 Mustang. So that's going to be interesting on that matter. But back to the grade 4, which, yeah, the grade 4 is just like, you know, you took a Mustang GTD and, not GTD, yeah, Mustang GT and this race modified at the end of it. Slightly. Which is not a bad thing. It might technically be good because this potentially is better than the Mustang GT at the end of the day. And I won't be surprised on that matter. It's just, the best way to say it. It's just at the end of the day, you just trade off some speed at the end of the day. So yeah, I was dead wrong about the 190. I thought it was 190. No, it was 180. Like, ow. Okay, that's just disappointing. Alright, 2 stars it is. So yeah, overall, it's just 2-star speed, 3 acceleration, 2 turning. Just like an okay car at the end of the day, which is like good or bad. This is like the middle ground you want to hit at the end of the day when it comes to making your grade 4 at the end of the day. Although I would say the Supra way more on that matter, but yeah. Is what it is. So yeah, here we go, scrolling to the next line here and see what do we get. As we hit to 11.558, so that's even lesser than the 210.848. Surely I did faster than that 210.848, right? Right. I actually had to show how fast I was going through on top of it. It is, yeah, no matter what, 180. Air to max just holds it back big time, but then again, needed for that extra stability and turning it. Alright, so now for the truth. Sadly, the 4th lap was the best lap I'll just run at the end of it. So yeah, that 210.8 was probably the best I can get out of this car at the end of it. So, bummer on that, but it is what it is sometimes. That's why when I was showing you that footage, it was laps of her head. Maybe I should black out the time on that, but oh well, it is what it is. So, yeah, the Mustang Gr4 is not bad, but for this track though, very stubborn. It's outright very stubborn for this case. It really doesn't want that speed pushing down, which is weird because it's a Mustang. You figure it would. The reason why it's called the Fastback. Although, I mean, that lost that name a long time ago, so you know. And again, hasn't been brought that name back since then. But onto the. So this is basically how I did the 210.848 that day. But yeah, just to say, it is the slowest on Tokyo Expressway because the Viper was just sadly a little bit faster than the Mustang GT at the end of the day. And I'm just gonna say that this is where the production car was just much better. Because the Mustang GT 2015 did 210.262. So, not the greatest, but it did what it could. Which is fine, because I'd say at grade 4, like, as long as you're passing 211, I consider you a good grade 4. If you're hitting 211, I'm kind of scared, because you need to pass, like, 211 to really get that 600 pp privilege at the end of the day, because that time's a big factor. I hate to say that. It just really shows it, though. Got 210.848, which is not bad, but it's technically now the slowest grade 4 out of the bunch I've tested so far. So here's the events you can do, which is not much, to be honest. You just do World Touring Car 600, World Touring Car 700. Let's I show it. Oh yeah, beware the RGT on the Michelin Road one, I will say, for 600 there. For 700 here, you can just slap on race tires and you're just set for life. You can do grade 4 because it's balance adjusted. So, you know, just slap some race tires and see if you win that at the end there. And then for the tournament events, we have the World Touring Car 600, which, be careful of Red Bull Ring because the White Rabbit. World Touring Car 700 is fine. Just slap on racing hard tires at the end of the day. So off to the races at Tokyo Express East Clockwise. 600 pp endurance race that you can do for your 600 car at the end of the day. But yeah, I am basically getting chased by the RE Mamiya and the Nissan GT-R on this halfway point because this car hits I'd say a steady ground at the end of the day. It does technically do better than the competition provided here at the end of the day. Just, I hope you like playing block with the RX-7 at the end of the day. Man, was he aggressive. I recall. Yeah, this is just how it goes though, once you hit this halfway point. This is where the Mamiya hits its high gears and so does the Nissan GT-R. But I still say that GT-R is more tame than RE Mamiya, and that is just weird to me. Very weird. Regardless. But yeah, as the saying goes, the two competitions is that White Rabbit there, that is the RE Mamiya, because that RE Mamiya is a bunch of shit. I'll just say that. It's full of shit on its performance and standings at the end of the day, when it clearly should never even hit those stands to begin with, because as the saying goes, in order to hit the pace he's hitting, you need to have 650 pp. So he's already breaking the law. You need to have Sports Soft, which he has on. More reason why 650. And yeah, he's just also very fast at 190, which is a very high speed for that car, even at high tune. On top of it, so he's just overall just a big old Class A of bullshit. He is the one cheating opponent I declare the most cheatful when it comes to racing in this game in general. He is one of the biggest cheaters. The other one is technically the Nissan GT-R, but I still consider him fair enough because he's all-wheel drive. Because all-wheel drives just have that big advantage, you know. The reason why they're quicker and stuff, and the reason why I'm always clueless about grade 4 racing, because why is there all-wheel drives in the grade 4s at the end of the day? It almost makes me think there should be a subclass or something. Yeah, there's the other contender there, that's the NSX, but he's kind of a fake one because he's supposed to be all those fast and stuff, which, yeah, go ahead, be fast and all, but the thing is, you're never catching me when you burn fuel like no tomorrow. So yeah, the biggest advantage that, and probably a reason to do a grade 4 car for this occasion, is the high fuel. Because, reminder that you get a bigger gas tank for grade 4 car reasons. Grade 4s have slightly bigger gas tanks than regular production models. And that's the biggest advantage you're getting when you drive a grade 4 Mustang to the GT, where the GT is faster, but it's gonna burn more. I will say not a whole lot more in this term of its case because it's only a 3 times burn, so it's not a big deal. So technically the 2015 GT Mustang is technically better in regards. I don't know. I will say I will be holding a special event just to prove that eventually here, but I have to understand a bit more to do that. So overall, the Mustang Gr4 gets, I'd say, a ranked C. It's not really a great car. It's just okay for what it does at the end of the day. Yeah, I will say beware of the 600 PP events because I don't know if they could technically do all of them right then and there. It's just be careful of certain opponents. Just say, then the White Rabbit. That White Rabbit is one bastard of an opponent throughout. Because just say, he's not just a fun opponent to deal with here. He's a fun opponent to deal with elsewhere too. There's a case he's just a big old threat. Just as a reminder of the tournaments and stuff. And the Mustang Gr4 hits that, I would say hits that point where the REM Mamiya will get around the turns at the end of the day. Because that car's just so bullshit because they put sports soft on him. They put sports mediums, I'd be technically happier because then he won't be as broken as he's shown to be right now. Because I think that's the change they need to do. Just make him wear mediums. Like, it'll be fine. At the end of the day. There's no reason why he's wearing sports soft because he's just overall broken and he's punched into 650 PP league, which is really bullshit. And you know, the rubber band. I could also excuse that the rubber band also punches him 650, but god damn it to show it. At the end of the day. Because, yeah, otherwise REM it's not that good either. But yeah, I also tested that car out too, during 600 PP way back. Which is, I think it was one of the 10 contenders that survived throughout the AI race I did way back. Yeah, eventually I'll be end up doing that again. Here, sooner or later. It's been kind of eons since I last did one. I was hoping it wasn't yearly, but you know, it is what it is. And again, when you start adding more and more to the play, it does get a bit bigger. So then, like, here's the stats of the REM Mamiya in comparisons. The REM Mamiya did a 114.4 in Grand Valley Highway to the Mustang GT, where the Mustang GT was like kind of on par. So it shows the good factor of the REM Mamiya there is that that car's just made for corn, not real much of a speed reason. So, and it makes sense because it only goes like up to 190 in the White Rabbit's case. 190 miles per hour. Then when it comes to like Dragon Trail Seaside, I say the Mustang got there. I think the Mustang might have got there. So it did 151.5. Where the Mustang I think did 153. Yeah, 151.3. And then, cause yeah, it's kind of interesting because the REM is also kind of set up to be a grade 4 car at the end of the day, too. That's the utter BS part about that car. It is technically set up to be a grade 4 car. If you want to know the truth about it. Considering the time that the REM did on Tokyo Expressway was 210.8. Where the Mustang Gr4 did 210.8. So yeah, it's just an interesting competitor at the end of the day. And it really shows since I'm battling the REM throughout all this. So he's trying to chase me at the end of the day. I think I do have to refuel though. At least once. I think I did at some point here. Like right now I'm just showing the dashboards because I make sure to show each overview of the car at the end of the day. That way it doesn't stay in place and be boring at the end of it. That's kind of the reason why I do this. Not just because I've done it like several times, it's because I kind of do it that way people have something to look at instead of looking at the same thing every day. Every day or everything, yeah, so overall, again, the Mustang Gr4, I would say a C. It's not really that great, but it does what it can. And that's the good part. It does tell you how tight this 600 pp Gr4 is at the end of the day. So yeah, the Gr4s are technically, they do wonders, they don't do like crazy wonders. So if you're in an instance where it's a sprint no fuel and something like that RGT is going to be your opponent, prepare for hell because that RGT is so broken. So yeah, as you can quick see there, my Mustang, I was quick sipping at a gas station real quick to get some more fuel. So yeah, I can also run on the same tires throughout this whole race because yeah, you can technically just do that. Because some Gr4s are just so light on the burning factor, you just do the whole race with it. So yeah, another crazy car to add. Just checking the other ones, but yeah, the Hurricane, I'm not sure why it's down here for reasons, I'm not really sure. Good War is down here. It's easy not knowing. I bet the Hurricane goes up a lot higher than that. The F-Type Arbor and the Viper just sitting at the same spots as usual, and then of course Mr. V Gala decided to do a 208.7. Look, you can show me your fast records and all, but you ain't getting me at the end of the day by what longevity means. You're not getting me. Yeah, like I said, a lot of people were scared about the NSX being a threat. Not exactly. He's not really the threat. It's the REM Mamiya. That's the threat. Because he is the balance. He has like the ultimate balance to the car at the end of the day. Where the NSX has just speed, good control, probably better acceleration, but that gas burning and also tires just deteriorating like no tomorrow because it's so heavy. Not really good. Not really good at all. So that's probably the benefit that you're dealing with at the end of the day. Yes, we got those REM right there. Alright, so up to the last lap here. Let's say, in terms of vlog say, I do plan on to do Spiral sometime soon here. Probably toss it more as a bonus episode, I was thinking, and such. And then I am mostly getting the 200 miles per hour one set up, but I'm probably not going to do that one just yet. I was thinking about going to microcars to 125 miles per hour. If someone wants to comment and tell me the specific one to go to for next series of year, because I don't really want to jump to 750 pp, to be honest. But I wouldn't mind though at the end of the day. That way I show a clear example like what you can do with each tournament at the end of the day, because I do need to show an example for a grade 3 tournament. And that would technically do it. I don't know. If anyone wants to comment and say you want me to do K cars next for like 125 miles per hour, I can. For tryouts and stuff. Just see where they stick at the end of it. Just see how good they are. Such how fun it is at the end of it. Because I've come to ground that you don't need the fastest car at the end of it. You just need to have a fun car at the end of it. It doesn't have to be that crazy. That's the one thing I come to learn. Now for this series, I will say the 600 SP is going to continue even after the 20th car, because I'm basically going to keep going on this series until I basically get done. Because I have more cars to show after this one, or after the first 20 here. First 20 grade 4 cars. I have more cars because I am gonna throw rally cars into the mix too on top of it. So in case you're wondering about that too. Which I'm probably just gonna say in advance, rally cars, they're probably gonna be a bit more broken, but it is what it is. So going down to the last line here. Put to cross it. But that basically wraps up for this race here, folks. So yeah, that's how good the Mustang Gr4 is. Basically ranked C at the end of the day. Not bad at all. So I'll see you guys all next time. You guys enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed what you watched at the end of the day. For now, enjoy this teaser. This is the teaser for the next Gr4 car, which is the SX. A very interesting car. Since as you can see, there's no hybrid system for this one. This is just straight up an MR. It's almost as if they should have released just a base MR version, but I don't think they did. So until then, people, I'll see you guys all next time. You guys take care and ciao. Thanks for watching.